morning. News 4's Hope Winter is live at the Niagara Falls Underground Railroad Heritage Center with more on how this was a spot for freedom seekers to pass through. Hope.
Good morning, Abby and Chris. This morning we're taking a walk through the Niagara Falls Underground Railroad Heritage Center, learning about how Niagara Falls marked a milestone for the Underground Railroad. Here to tell us more is Saladin. Saladin, can you tell us a little bit about once people got to Niagara Falls, how did they make the voyage across to freedom?
So there were two primary crossing points. The first crossing point was right at the foot of the American Falls. There wasn't an elevator during that time. People had to walk down about 290 wooden steps, get into a small rowboat, and pay a ferry person to take them across, which took about 20 minutes for them to get to the Canadian side. The other location was on the north end of the area, and people were able to cross the suspension bridge, which by foot, carriage, and then by 1855 they could take an actual train across, and then in rare cases people would actually swim across to get to freedom on the Canadian side, such as the case of a man named Oliver Purnell.
Wow. And so can you tell us a little bit about what, underground freedom seekers, what the falls meant to them when they saw the falls?
Yeah, so the falls itself was always a magnet, and it represented the tides of change. Even when you think about a person like W.E.B. Du Bois, he actually planned his meeting, which was the Niagara movement, based upon that whole idea of Niagara Falls representing those tides of change. And freedom seekers also looked at it as that symbol as well, and the community here that aided freedom seekers to get across to the Canadian side were an important part of that tide of change.
Yeah, and we'll have more about this change and more about the conversations and how this history impacts today coming up in our next hit in about 30 minutes. But for now, live in Niagara Falls, Hope Winter, News 4.
All right, Hope, thank you very much. 7:19. Now we'll get another check of the forecast with Mike.
Yep, we have some rough weather on the way.